Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here, and we just dropped a horrible game against the Vikings. Uh, I had a couple missed throws. I didn't mean to throw it to Marquise Wilson on that drag route. Wasn't paying attention. Pressed the wrong button. Ended up being intercepted, and I took that one and scored to make it 42 all, and then I pressed the wrong button again. Actually, it was an overthrow by Cutler, which made it 49-42, and I just came up a yard short to Eddie Royal. I was smashing that timeout, but just couldn't go through. So we got a bye week next week. It's week 8. The trade deadline is this week. But you got a media question. And we are under 500 and we're struggling through the first half of the season. I feel like we're struggling like we did last season. Um, yeah, we have to turn this thing around. We should be a playoff team. Don't come to us to watch. We have to turn this thing around. We have a contract negotiation here. We are going to go into Martellus Bennett. He's asking for 6 years, $56 million. $58.1. They'll give him $10 million a year for 6 years. Can I give that to my tight end? 35. I mean, we have, let's see, we have Forte locked down for 2 years, or maybe 3 years it was. We got Alshon locked down. We're going to lock down Marquise Wilson. We're going to have to lock down Kyle Fuller. We already got McClellan. We already got Jones. There's no one I could really think. I mean, Grisau is second year. Kyle Long, we re-signed. No, Kyle Long's coming up with Fuller. We got Khalil. Bushrar becoming available. Let's see if we want to re-sign him. We already re-signed Slauson. He's good for another 2 years. That was before the campaign. Or before the season. Before I started the franchise. Langford is in his second year. What else are going to have to pay Tavon Austin? We got Eddie Royal for a year. Yeah, I mean, I can do this. To Martellus Bennett, yeah, that's fine. I think. You know what? Let's give you a 4-year deal. I don't want to lowball him though. How about a 4-year deal for the same amount? He accepted it. Alright, good. When we go on the bye week, we're going to also look at our other contracts. It's one of the main things I do on a bye week is contracts. I look at what it is from there and see if there's anything I can do. Actually, here's another one. Kyle Long. $20 million for 4 years. Yeah, you're the anchor on my 2 million. 3.3. I will franchise tag you if you don't accept it. So he does accept it. So we're gonna first things first. We're gonna look at injury report next week. So we're gonna look at where is it? Resign players. So Cornelius Washington, Marquise Wilson, and Christian Jones. So obviously we want Christian Jones. I'm gonna get him back on a 2-year deal. 800 with 250. He's gonna take it. Obviously I want Marquise Wilson. Hell, for 2 years, I'll give you that. Cornelius Washington. I mean, really, you're asking for pretty much the minimum. $350. Wow. So we got all our free agents going to next year. That's one. Let's see. There's some injuries that'll be coming up. We're gonna see if we have any draft stories. Heath Moore is actually dropping in the draft stock because of inconsistencies. We could use another safety, depending on where he's at. If he drops, we'll have to see what he is and see what his combine is. Go down, let's see, Nick Gardner. Bullock. Lucky Coleman, USC. Odom. Heathmore, Georgia, 4-3. Looks like a good player. I mean, yeah, he has a second-round pick, that's for sure. How many guards do I have? 2? I have 4. Wow. Okay, I need to look at tackles. Who did I scout only? Like a little bit. Maybe I need to go into all positions. Look at scouted. Just scroll down. So Noah Adams, left end. Of course, he would drop. DJ Austin. Wow, he's going to be a bust too. And once the combine comes out, some of these are going to change. That's at best. That's still at best too. Wow. .511. North Carolina, Marquise Cooper. He's not going to do much of anything either. Alright, so we do have some game prep. I'll show you how I mostly do my game prep. Can't mess with the XP sliders. Okay, let's see. Grimes. Put him up to speed. Goldman. Amos. Jones. Pleasant. Grisau. Roberts. 4 left. Let's put on Hankins. Actually, let's not put on Hankins. Let's put on Holland. Oh wow, I must have missed one of the guys that typically put it in. I think I did. Oh, because he's hurt. So I'm going to put on Estas. I typically put it on Brian, but since he's hurt, I can't put it on him. Okay, we're going to go into next week. Cowboys. We're going to see what their injury report is, our injury report. Do the same things you normally do. We're going to look at the last 2 weeks. The team will look at the standings in our division. And then also some more scouting. So, start here. Injury report. Jeffrey's out for 4 weeks again. And we're out without our rookie strong safety Antoine Bryan for 1 more. Cowboys missing Joseph Randall for 2 more. Des Bryant for 7. Sean Lee for 3. Cole Beasley for 4. And Duke Williams for 7. So that's a lot of injuries. But we did get Titarius Ingram back. So we will be looking at putting him in the lineup. Cameron Meredith. Titarius Ingram. Yep, okay. Let's make sure he's also in here. Okay. Now we're going to look at the Cowboys. So Tony Romo, 89 overall. Chad Henne behind him, and Matt Scott. Halfback is going to be Stephen Ridley, because Joseph Randall's out. Christine Michael behind him. Will Johnson's going to be the fullback, 85 overall from West Virginia, 6th year. At receivers can be Terrence Williams leading the way because Des Bryant's out. Devin Street and Lucky Whitehead. They are losing Bryant and Beasley, so we're going to see a lot of other tight ends and receivers out there too. Jason Wooden out there is 14th year in the league out of Tennessee. Gavin Escobar and Ed Dixon. Left tackle, Tyron Smith, one of the best left tackles in the league, 6th year. Lariel Collins, 79 overall, big draft steal for them. Travis Frederick, another big draft steal for them. Zach Martin, another good draft pick. And then Doug Free, 10th year in the league from Northern Illinois. His only weakest link there on their line is their right tackle, and that's going to be off where McPhee is. Vinny Curry going on the offense, going to be on the left side. Randy Gregory behind him. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be on the right side. Zach Moore behind him. Tackles: Jay Howard, fifth year out of Florida. Andre Fluin, his ninth year out of Florida State. Easily and Coleman behind that. On the linebacker, Nigel Bradham is going to be on the left side. Anthony Hitchens behind him. Rondo McClain going to 6th year out of Alabama, resurrecting his career here in Dallas. Mike Muhammad behind him, and Jamari Lattimore. Sean Lee is out. So Cameron Lawrence is going to be on the left side. So they got an issue here on the left side. We could possibly exploit. Cornerback, Orlando Scandrick, 9th year out of Boise State. And then from there, it's a big drop off. You have Brandon Carr, Terrell Howard, the rookie out of USC that we looked at bringing in, but we ended up actually missing out on him. And then Byron Jones and Jalen Watkins. We're on free safety because Duke Williams is out. It's going to be Maven Bell, rookie out of Eastern Michigan. We'll see some possibly Terrell Howard as well. J.J. Wilcox, it will be the strong safety. We might see some Adrian Phillips as well. 3rd year out of Texas. Kick returner is going to be Lucky Whitehead and Orlando Scandrick. And obviously the 3rd down running back is going to be Stephen Ridley. Looking at the awards. So offensively, we're 3rd in the NFL still. Defensively, we're 31st. Second to last. Better this time. All right, week 8, Calvin Johnson, 9 receptions, 208 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. Phillip Rivers, again, 18-29, 331 yards, 3 touchdowns, took 3 sacks, though. On the defensive side, Ryan Kerrigan, 13 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble. And Brian Cushing, 6 tackles, 3 interceptions, took 2 of them to the house. Week 9, Jameis Winston, 19-39, 247, 2 touchdowns, took 4 sacks. Did have 1 rushing touchdown, 4 carries. Harry Douglas. 13 receptions, 110 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. On the defense, Rondo McClain, 14 tackles. On the AFC defense, Jared Collins, 6 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble. I am terrible with names, guys. I apologize if I screw up any of these names and you're like, no, it's actually this person. Yeah, I'm terrible at remembering it. The Lions have dropped 2 of their last 3 games. We're at 3-5, or 2 games behind everyone. Well, technically 2.5 since we've lost to the Vikings. And I believe the Packers too. Let's see, what are some others? We want to see if there's any news on scouting before we scout the rest of the corners. So no, we might look at also some linebackers. So scouting. We're going to finish through the corners. Felix Winston. Yeah, he's going to drop like a rock. The only reason I draft him is if he looked good on his combine. 5th round pick. He's not going to go anywhere. Marquise Swanson, 6th round. Balanced. Yeah, that press is horrible. But he's projected where he's supposed to go. TCU, Connor Phillip. Yeah, he's actually projected to go where he's supposed to as well. Actually, we're going to look at some safeties. The Northwestern, he's 5'10", 203. Oh my God, come on. This guy might be a little scrappy playmaker. He might be too. Tyron Jeffrey. Yeah, that's what I thought. Harvin, zone blitz. Gale. Mario Patrick. It's really looking like anyone could play a slot position. Alright guys, so that's it. We're going into week 10. Going to be at home against the 3-5 Dallas Cowboys, who've just previewed. We are 3-5, so we're fighting to even stay alive right now. Best record we get is 11-5, and that is a hope and a dream right now. We're not playing definitely the greatest football right now. We've had a lot of injuries, especially to Alshon Jeffrey. He's been out majority of the year. Cutler's been struggling a little bit. Looks like we might have to look at our line in the future. I mean, Bushrod's given up some sacks. Grisal's been performing decently. Kyle Long's been that guy on the line, and Khalil has been great. We did sign Martellus Bennett. Kevin White's been a good addition. Tavon Austin's been a good addition after being cut. Some of our guys that we drafted in the past couple of years, Jeremy Langford has come in a pinch sometimes. Kadeem Carey has come in as well. And defensively, though, we've struggled. We brought in Akeem Ayers. He's playing on the inside, so DeMarcus Ware can play on the outside. We've had some success there. Our middle linebackers, we've had a little bit of success there. We ended up getting one of the guys we looked at in the draft in Pleasant, and we did get him after he was cut. McPhee has got some good sacks. Actually, we're going to look at the stats more than anything for our team. Player stats. So talking about it. Hollins came in for what? One pass. Fails has been in a couple games here. Took a couple sacks, 2 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. Color's only 18 touchdowns to 13 interceptions, which is not great. One of the higher ratings he has with 93, but just not getting it done. Taking 18 sacks. He's played in 8 games. Rushing, Forte, 179 carries, 912 yards. Langford, 42 carries, 177 yards. Has 8 touchdowns, though. Forte has 4. Langford has been getting those hard yards. Langford has 2 fumbles, and Forte has 1. But those broken tackles that Forte has gotten us some more yards. Kevin White, 41 receptions, 535 yards, 8 receiving touchdowns. Bennett's the next one with 38 receptions, 436 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And then it's Forte. And then receptions. Then really it's Eddie Royal, and it has a huge drop off there with some guys that have gotten some deep catches. But Alshon Jeffrey's only got 8 receptions, 136 yards, and 1 touchdown. He's been hurt a lot this year. On blocking, our best blocker, of course, has been Kyle Long. Slauson's behind him, and Khalil. Giving up the most sacks is Khalil, though, and then it's Slauson, Bushrock. Long's only given up 2. Grisal's given up 1. Estate's given up 1, which is nice. On defense, total tackles, again, it's Adrian Amos, his second year out of Penn State. McClellan's behind him with 55. Brian, another rookie, this time from Charleston State, he's got 53. So, I mean, it's our safety still getting the majority of his tackles. Christian Jones is behind all these guys. I mean, come on. Sack-wise, Pernell McPhee has 6. DeMarcus Ware has 4.5. Sutton has 4.5. Akeem Ayers 3.5. Shea has 2.5. Mitchell coming off the nickel and dimes, got 2.5. Roberts coming off those 3 deep safety blitzes. Willie Young's got 1.5. Christian Jones got 1. And Brian Fuller, Brock Farine, and Malcolm Pleasant all have a half. interceptions. Fuller has 8. I mean, he's had 2 or 3 multiple game interceptions, in which he has one with the Lions where he gets 3. Brian has 2. Porter has 2. Roberts and Kirkpatrick both have 1. Deflections. Forced fumbles. Fuller and Willie Young with 2. Mitchell, McClellan, and Amos with 1. That is a glitch because it was a muff punt. No block kicks. Cullen as the only safety. I have no defensive touchdowns. Missed no field goals, 1 extra point. Tavon Austin's had technically like 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns. Or not rushing, but kick return touchdowns. But they've been called back. Just killed me. So that's it for that. We're going to have to see what we can put together in the second half of the season. I mean, we're not doing terrible. Color's not doing terrible either. I mean, we're putting together decent games. We're just not holding them on defense. I mean, we're letting them score 30, 40 points consistently, and we're not going to win games at that rate. So we're going to have to do some soul searching to see what we can put on paper and put definitely a better game on paper. So I will see you guys next time when we take on the